Let's do it. Ready? I only pray that I have shown you a brighter day. She's a little hoarse.
My name is Joe. I'm 26. My pronouns are they, them. I identify as non-binary, gender non-conforming.
I'm Maddie. I'm 26. My pronouns are she, they. I identify as a woman, I guess. But yeah, I don't really know what gender is, to be honest, so... It's all one big performance, I think.
Let's hear your beginning of your love story, how it started and what attracted you to each other.
We actually grew up in the same town, but didn't really know each other. There's like one school for only 6th graders, which was a chaotic and intense choice. We both did go to that school at the same time, but never met. We met online on a dating app.
I got a super
I did super like her. It was Tinder. I was very immediately drawn to you, a very like beautiful and endearing person, but also I think we shared a lot of the same dreams, you know?
Yeah. I feel like what attracted me to Joe the most, no matter how hard my brain tried to, I could not box them in any way. Whether it came to their gender or what they did for a living, like what they liked to do, they couldn't be boxed in. And it made me feel freer to like not have to box myself in, because I've always resented boxes, to be honest. Any box that anyone tried to put me in, like not just a singer, not just a dancer, not just an actress, like all the things.
What song gets your partner dancing?
I would say if Maddie was home and I wanted to get her dancing, I would probably put on a Sade record.
You know, a little bit of this.
That's
to a Sade.
Yeah.
First of all, Joe is not much of a dancer, okay? I mean, Joe's got like a little jig that I really love. It's just a little one, like a little shoulder thing.
Which one? This one?
Yeah, just like a little one. It's just a little jig.
Usually it's me sitting on the couch being like, awesome. And she's like throwing herself around the room.
What was falling in love like for each of you?
It was my first time falling in love. With Joe was my first love. So for me, it was like really, really intense.
Jackpot. One and done.
Yeah. It was like all encompassing and impossible to ignore. And we could not get enough of each other. I kept being like, is there going to come a point where I'm sick of you? Still hasn't happened. It was irresistible.
Just like really effortless. It didn't feel like an out of control or a stress. Like it just was like, well, I'll see you tomorrow. You know, like every day.
Yeah.
Like, I guess we're gonna hang out again tomorrow, and then we'll hang out the day after that.
There was just never a question of like whether we were equally into each other, because it was just like neither one of us was interested in hiding it. We're like, yeah, no, I fuck with you, you know?
Yeah. I think effortless is like a good descriptor. Yeah. And even though there were external challenges, the like actual like act of falling in love with you was not at all hard.
Yeah.
So.
What do you admire about each other?
One of the things I admire most about Maddie, you are just like complete and utter like unapologetic nature in being yourself. I am a very quiet person. I'm a very shy person. Looking at someone like Maddie who like is so extroverted and so confident and ready to stand in front of a room of people and be like, this is it, like, you know, enjoy it or not, but I'm gonna give it to you. Being with Maddie has been like a education for me and like how to be a little more assertive in who you are. Yeah, I think that's what I admire the most about
Thanks.
you.
What I admire in Joe is almost kind of the opposite. This ability to prioritize yourself and your comfort and the things that you need and your boundaries. I respect and admire so deeply. I have a lot of people-pleasing tendencies. Joe has really been helping me over the time that we've been together unlearn a lot of those habits. Early on in our relationship, we were hanging out with friends. Near the end of the night, just dismissed themselves. They were like, okay, I'm going to bed. And like just left and went upstairs. And I was like,
You got me.
I was like, the nerve. And like went upstairs and was like, why do you think you can just leave whenever you want? They were like, you know, you can leave whenever you want too, right?
I was like, I got tired. I want to go to bed.
And I was like brain chemistry just shifting, like, oh, wow. Like, I was also pretty tired, but I didn't really feel like I could just leave, just little things like that. I feel like they've really empowered me to realize that I actually have way more autonomy and control in my life than I was raised to believe I did.
I know you have pets. Do you have any special way that you talk to your pets, and can you imitate your partner?
We do have very specific ways we talk to our pets. We have 2 pets, one of whom is Sunny, who is a cat, and she is nearing 8. So she's more of like a dignified, very specific lady. And then our dog, Siona, is 2. When we talk and when Maddie talks to Sunny, it's very like, oh, hello, Miss Cat. Like, Mademoiselle.
Yes.
Like, how are you doing? You need to treat her with a lot of, like, she's kind of a princess.
Yes.
With the dog, it's my dog.
Yeah. That's my dog.
That's my dog.
Yes, it's just a dog.
Unless she's being
She's
annoying.
just a
Unless she's being
girl.
annoying, and then you go, Siona! You're just my dog. She's just my little lady.
Yes, she's just a girl. She's like if a girl was a dog, and the dog was my friend. Yes.
Yeah, that's I would say accurate.
Yeah, you do the same thing. You've inherited a lot of my dog talk,
that's
a lot of my animal talk. Joe loves to, like, with Sunny, it's very sweet and tender. It's very, oh, it's my cat. Hello, my sweet, it's my cat. With Siona, Joe is like very playful and like rambunctious with Siona, so it's a lot of just like chaos.
I think I picked it up from you. I think it's very similar. It's just a little less intense. It's just like you, if you turn the dial down like 2 or 3 clicks, then that's probably around there.
How does Joe's trans identity shape your partnership, if any?
I like figured out being non-binary was an option when I was 18, and I was like, whoa, that's crazy. Immediately like shifted in that direction. That's kind of what I consider my like trans coming out. I did not start medically transitioning until 2021. And Maddie and I started dating in 2019. It's like so crazy to have Maddie be this like pillar in my life of someone who has witnessed me through my entire transition. We are the way we are largely because of that journey, I think.
Totally.
In the way that our relationship has evolved over time in intimacy and emotional intimacy and communication, exploration. I attribute so much of our growth in those directions to like your holding space for my exploration and growth. I mean, Maddie has seen me with long hair and glitter and lipstick and with a binder and intense dysphoria, and now like in the era I'm in now, where I've been on T for about 3 years, I feel like the most actualized I've ever been. And now we're in this moment where there's so much more freedom for me to like explore my femininity, explore my gender expression, explore how
You should see them in drag. It's amazing. Oh my God, she's so hot.
She is. That openness and exploration has shaped our relationship so vastly.
And I've always been like, damn, I just keep waiting to see if there's a version of you that's going to present itself that I'm not into or attracted to. Hasn't happened yet. And I don't think it ever will. I mean, because I think at the root of our love is just me loving the soul that is in this body. So like, regardless of what you want to do with your body, I feel like
you're down with it.
Yeah. And like my queerness, I think is just so vast that like, you could kind of put it in whatever package and I'll be down with it, like, which is really cool. Like, it's been cool for me to discover that because I didn't really know that. I mean, we're so young when we got together. So like at any point there could have been a moment where I was like, this doesn't do it for me as much, but it just hasn't happened, which is cool.
What does growing old mean to each of you and together?
It excites me to continue growing and learning. And I also think it's really cool to be like a trans elder. And that is something I like look forward to a lot. Just like continuing to learn and grow and educate myself in my queerness and my transness, and then be like an incredibly well-dressed, awesome, older, queer trans person. Like, I think I like can't wait for that.
I think that growing old in general is such a privilege, and one that I really obviously hope that we get to do individually and together. It's kind of been my biggest dream, honestly. Like, aside from any sort of like career goals that I've had for myself, I've just always been like, I really hope that I find my person that I can like just grow old with and love through evolutions, which takes so much work. And I think that if we're able to do it, it will be one of the biggest accomplishments of our lives. Yeah.
I'm curious how you think the media portrays trans people being in love or in relationship, and what would you like to see?
I feel like it's only in like very recent years that I've really gotten representation of trans and queer love in media, but transness especially. What I want to see from trans love in media, my like immediate gut answer is just like more of it, especially trans people in love with each other, or someone that is not trans with someone who is trans, like any kind of connection. I'm like, yes, 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 yes. Like I'm consuming it immediately, and it feels like it fills my cup up so much. And also more like joy and celebration of it. I think right now there's so much heaviness and fear and worry. So yeah, I think more celebration and more joy is part of the medicine right now, is what I would say.
Yeah. Joy as resistance. I think what's really beautiful about like our relationship is that I've been with Joe since like before they even started any sort of transition, and we've loved each other through so many versions of ourselves. And I think that like there isn't enough media in the world that is showing the intimacy of relationships like ours, and like how beautiful that it can be, and all the like little, you know, intricate corners of it, and all these like gems of, you know, reasons why we love each other.
I'm curious if you are feeling warmed up enough to think of a song that you would sing to your partner.
Oh, you want me to sing You and I
I'll sing
to
it.
you?
I can sing it with you. I love that song.
'Cause in my mind, you will stay here always. In love, you and I, you and I, you and I, you and I. Oh, in my mind, we could conquer the world. Oh, in love, you and I, you and I, you and I.
That was good. Really good.